Yeah, it's like it seems a little bit of a pattern whenever we get into a big deficit early on, and which is what happened. It was, the first half we just, couldn't. They scored a lot of tranny goals. They scored, two shorthanded goals. They only scored 4 5-on-5 goals, but we just broke down in that especially that second quarter. We just broke down completely. And then we had a decent second half, but we've got to get goals out of guys that have to score goals, and that's what it comes down to. Before the game, I said, this would have been about a 16-14 game for us if we would have scored goals. So I know how powerful they are. I thought they're going to score 12, 13, 14 goals, and we would have to score anywhere from 14 to 16, and. We gave them a lot of easy goals. We had some power play opportunities, especially early on when we were up 2-1. And we had 3 minutes of power play, and we didn't get a goal then. And then of course we had the 5, power play at the end where we thought we might be able to close the gap. But when we get down by 3 goals, 4 goals, we claw our way back. That's the last 3 games we saw that with our lacrosse club, and that's where we are when things fall apart. Very, 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 I think it's very a classless act of a head coach in this league who sends players out to start a brawl when they're up by goals. I think that's a very classless act, and we didn't want our players to go out there and shake hands after, because with a staff like that, the way they are, and they're doing things and making faces, and so I didn't want our guys to go out there and shake hands, because anything could have happened with how volatile they were. And I don't know how you can be volatile when you're winning by that many goals, but when a head coach sends and starts a brawl, that's a classless act in my estimation.
What were some of the exchanges, guys, going back and forth near the end? I think you guys got a little heated argument there.
Well, the heated argument was he sent guys out the front door, defensive guys out the front door against RD guys to start a fight. For what? Like, did he think RD guys were beating up on their O guys? I don't think so. They scored 16 goals. I don't think we were beating up on them at all. So he wanted to send a message, I guess. I can't, if I could analyze what went through his mind, I'd have a book on the best-selling list right now. Yep.
Coach, in my opinion, this classman stuff, it seemed to be running rampant through the league. It just in this team's team, Calgary was up by like 10 goals. They throw a protest flag on a goal with less than a minute left. I mean, what is that? And
I can't remember that far back. I got to focus on today.
It's just been a pattern
yeah.
all year of
I just got to focus on what happened tonight. For me, I just got to focus on what happened tonight.
You guys had a lot of breakdown, like you said, in the power play. It led to a lot of shorthanded goals. What do you think the problem was in just not getting those power play goals?
Well, I think when with the way they play their defense, they give outside shots. And if you look at, there's a number of goalies in this league that, they'll come right to the top of the crease and or pretty close, and they'll give you that shot. And when we were swinging the ball, even on the power play, once we swung it, he's at the looking for the shot. We go here, we go there. You can score from behind, and we know that. I mean, that's some of the principles that we work on, and our execution was off early on, and we weren't working the ball through X like we need to do, and swinging it. We were a little stagnant to start out with, for sure. Yep.
Talk about Brandon Miller tonight. Tonight looked like one of those games where you mentioned in the past where he may not have been seeing the ball very well.
Well, I don't think we gave B much help, actually. They had a lot of clear shots. He made some big saves as well, but I think what happens in that situation is we got to count on our D to protect another run of goals, and it's the D that helps B Miller. But when our D plays really well, and we go down and we take a fast shot, and then they come down and score a transition goal, right? And that happened to us. We even did that on the power play a few times where we took too fast of a shot. So we didn't manage the clock in our end really well. We didn't manage the clock.
Take one more question.
And what's the status like on Jeff Reynolds? Did you guys really struggle from the face-off tonight?
Yeah, we miss Jeff. Yeah, we our team misses Jeff. We haven't had Jeff for 2 games, and Pat Heim, did a nice job, against Snyder. CJ, Snyder dominated CJ, so Pat Heim went there. But yeah, we need Jeff Reynolds in our lineup, and hopefully he's going to be back. Because that helps stop those runs, because if they score a goal or 2 and then they get the face off, then they've got the ball again. And that happened to us multiple times, where if Jeff's in there, we might be able to get the ball back after they score, and then we have an opportunity. We also miss Brett as well, and Brody. But hey, they're not the guys that we need to have score goals, so we got to score more goals than that.
Thank you. Kevin Ross. Kevin had 2 goals and no assists tonight for 3 points. Any questions for Kevin?
You guys seem to have like a little tough time starting off at home, getting those slow starts, and we got to work on getting that faster start.
Yeah, that's something that's kind of plagued us all year. I don't really think there's much of a reason for it or excuse for it. It's just, we're getting here early. We're going with our pregame. With a 3-game slide, so we changed our warm-up a little bit in our approach to the first quarter. And we were winning those games, but still get up to some slow starts. So yeah, I'm not sure what the reason is for that, but it's something that needs to be addressed. And you can see it even in the second half. I think I don't know what the stats were, but we almost won the second half. We come out and put a whipping on a team like that. They're doing less in the first quarter. It could be a different game.
Can you talk to them about the role in the fourth?
Yeah, sure. I mean, a game like that, when those gets out of hand, it can get a little bit chippy. And all of a sudden you realize when teams up, and I'm not sure what the rhyme or reason for doing it is, sends their big defensive bruisers out the front door to play offense for a shift. You can kind of see that coming, and I thought our guys responded really well. 2 of the guys that had a couple of main events there were our young guys, and maybe that's something they haven't done too often, fighting these guys that they make a living doing that, and that's why they're in the league. So thought that was a pretty questionable call by their coaching staff to pull that off, especially when they were up. But I thought our guys responded really well, very team tough, and we stood our ground real well.
Something about on the field of play when you guys have a little struggles with the power play. Coach talked about that. You guys gave a lot of shorthanded goals. What was it you saw in there that really was leading a lot of the transition goals by them shorthanded?
Our power play has been pretty good this year, so I think I went through the first quarter, maybe the first half, and realizing that things aren't dropping. Get a little bit frustrated instead of playing our game where if we shoot the ball and we don't score, we either pick up a guy, get to the bench because we hadn't scored. A little frustrated and fishing for a rebound, looking for a loose ball, maybe checking upfield, and those aren't things we want to be doing. And that leads to a transition opportunity for them in the fourth quarter when you're down by 5, 6, 7 goals, whatever we were down. You need to do those things to try and force a turnover, but the game kind of opens up that way, and they're going to get a few opportunities from that.
Take one more question.
Kevin, what did they do differently with regards to defending your offense? Because basically, offensively, I think Kevin Crowley had maybe 3 assists. Paul Rabel had 2 goals. You had a goal from Kyle Sweeney and a goal from Pat Heim on the transition end. What did they do different to shut down the offense?
They've got a goalie that, Tyler Richards is an all-star caliber goalie, and he comes out pretty far to cut down the angle. To take away that big, Kevin Crowley shot or that Paul Rabel shot or some of the big outside shots we like to do. So they try and force you into swinging the ball and to really taking one-on-one plays. And maybe that's something that, we can play that way, but we kind of, especially in the first half, played right into their hands a little bit, and that's something we obviously don't want to do. We were running our offense the way and taking shots that they wanted us to be taking, that their goalie could see all the way and be square to. I think as the game went on, and we got a couple of late ones there in the fourth, we ran an offense where we were swinging the ball, and he comes out so far that as we swing the ball, you got an empty look real quick. So I thought that we adjusted well, but we just kind of ran out of time. I think we were getting some momentum back, especially after that little scrap, and we could build up some momentum from that. We did, but just kind of ran out of time. But I think we've seen again in about a month, so we know what to do to score on them, but it's just a matter of putting it in place.
Thank you, Kevin. That'll conclude tonight's